Hi.
Hey Debbie, hey Lou.
What's going on, everybody?
I asked her if I could show that one picture. I just want to make sure.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, wait.
Yep.
We're live. Your phone just alerted you.
Mm-hmm. How y'all doing?
Is my toes.
Hey, Yvonne.
Hey Yvonne. How you guys doing? Do you think they can hear the thunder?
I doubt it.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a little thunderstorm going on here.
So do we.
Fun, fun, fun.
Where are they? Mama Kim will be here in a little while also. Hey Dave. It did. I don't know why it said that because I didn't change it. If I changed it, I would have changed it to tomorrow night. But I don't know why it did that. I must have hit something by accident because I kept updating the description or whatever, like adding more things to it. But yeah, no, it was supposed to be 7.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Nasty weather there too. Just everywhere.
Yeah. Sucks all over.
I'm drinking rum.
Just having our cooler breezer thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having coffee.
Coca-Cola. Hey Jean. It's
I'm
8 here in
having tea.
Wisconsin.
Tea's good.
How are you feeling, Nelly?
Tired. I think I bit off more than I could chew watching twins and a puppy.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. I love my nieces and my nephew. They're adorable.
Oh, yeah, her camera's blurry. Tammie's camera is a little blurry. Oh, it looks a little bit better right now.
Yeah, I think
You're
she's
muted,
muted,
Tammy.
Tammie.
still.
Pouring rains in the sunshine in Ohio.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Pops and sass.
Pops and
What's
sass. Does that say Marcarina? Marcarina?
Marchena?
Hey.
Hopefully my mom and sister will show up tonight. I sent them the link.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Barbara. Hey. Wait, she's not muted, but I didn't hear her.
I could hear her at the start. I don't know what happened.
Oh, no hope for peace. Hope you feel better. Kidney stones
Yeesh.
suck.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer labor than kidney stones, although it's not far off in the same feelings. Thank you. I don't know what's up with that. Everyone says that.
Well, it looks great.
Thanks, Barbara. I miss my purple, but I'm going to leave it for a little bit.
Hey, Tammie Ayo.
Ayo! I feel like you have to say her name like that. Oh, Tammie, I'll be back.
I don't know what's going on. It was working at first, and then when we went live, it stopped working.
Hey, Tammie.
Dave G. Kate Lily.
Hey, Kate. All right, we'll give it a minute or two to see if... There she is. Tammie gets back up here. Nelly, did you get a chance? I know you were busy all day, but did you have any topic that you wanted to go over that was like standing out to you on Watts Island over the past week?
Oh boy, I haven't had a chance to think about anything with that other news that I gave y'all a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So it has not been a good week for me. That's why I was like, I am so sorry, guys.
No, that's okay. Well, we'll start with Tammie.
Maybe.
And yep, as long as she doesn't drop off. But can you hear Tammie?
We can't hear you.
Can't hear her. Yep, can't hear you.
don't know what the hell happened. Well, it says she's muted, but
Oh yeah, no.
no, she's unmuted, but still can't hear her.
Oh, I heard a little something. I think she's just freezing, maybe, or no.
Start writing notes and just hold them up, I guess.
We'll figure it out. Oh, I could hear you a little bit. Maybe can you turn it up somehow?
That was weird.
Yeah. There. Now say something, Tammie. Nope.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, Pauline. Hey, Debbie.
Oh, man. Hey, Betty.
What's up, Betty?
Plug in headphones with a mic. Oh, do your head. Yeah, because we heard her a little bit ago. We were just talking before we started.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Now you're muted again, but I heard you for a second.
Yeah, I heard her for a second too. Pauline,
can you hear me?
hello. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can. Yes. Hey, Gina.
Okay. I don't know. I unplugged things and plugged them back in. I don't know.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
So we'll start with your topic that you brought up today, which, yeah, I completely forgot about. And I don't think Mr.Cher even knew that. Or did you know that people went camping and just left him there for like a couple hours and disappeared at the sand dunes?
Oh, it sounded... No, I didn't.
Yeah. Do you want to... Go ahead, Tammie.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if they went by themselves at all, because there's a lot of pictures taken for just be there for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris said that he had woke up and she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know where she had went to. And she came back a couple hours later.
So, yeah.
So
this
I
was,
was
like,
thinking,
really
well,
early
if
in the
you don't
morning?
have anybody else there but you, yeah.
Well, there's at least... So Chris
Or
is
you-
taking the picture of NK going down, and there's at least 2 other people. We know Jim was there for sure, but there's at least 1 other guy there. So there's... I don't know if one's Jim or... Actually, neither one of those 2 look like the Jim that I've seen. So there's at least 4 people there. At least.
Hmm. Hey, Cotton Candy.
Yep, because
Because
she's
she
on the
had
board.
said that they
Chris is taking
went
her
just
picture.
them.
Oh, there's 2. I don't know if they went just them or not, but there's 2. Chris is taking the picture, and Kay is on the board, and there's at least, that's 2 guys right there. Neither one of them look like Jim to me. So, and we know Jim was there, so I'd have to say at least 4 to 5 people were there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what did she do when she left him there? I mean, where did she go?
Right, where did she go? Because he had said he had woke up, yeah, and that it was a couple hours.
How, like, when was this? Was it like the middle of the night he woke up, or?
Yeah, it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I think it was, and she was gone. Everybody was gone. It was just Chris there alone, he said. So that's weird. Thanks, True Crime.
It is weird.
What about this case isn't weird?
Right.
Everything is.
Well, so we're thinking there was some kind of meeting. When was that, Tammie? Do you remember when was that camping trip?
Yes, it was the 27th and 28th of July.
That's right.
So like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
There was There was also like a lunary eclipse that was near there that they went to before that, and I think that's where he might have met her dark friends at.
Yeah. I heard from people that she liked to basically she would like dance around in the woods naked and all that kind of weird stuff. So I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, they went to a nudist camp that weekend too because Chris Googled it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and made a reservation.
Tammie's face. She's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Hey Brooke. Hey Liz. How do you know the other people are with them? I don't know that. I'm not gonna say, but all I know is there was other people there around them. I don't know if they went together or not, Liz. You're right. I can't say that. But I do plan on getting the answers from. I'll ask all of them and see what they all say, because that's kind of what I've been doing, is asking Ronnie, Cindy, and Jamie, and all of their stuff aligns.
Yeah.
Well, in the interview, Kobach asked NK, why was there a picture of a heavyset guy with a backpack at the Zunes, but not of Chris at the dunes?
I can't remember what her answer was on that, but I do remember him asking her that question specifically.
You remember that tank top she was wearing there too? That hot rods and lips or whatever it said?
Yeah, I think.
Remember she Googled what he liked too, or whatever. Like she had Googled car shows and she had Googled him, so she probably knew.
Yep.
So I thought that was interesting because to me it looks like a brand new tank top. So
if I remember correctly, I will have to research where I heard it.
Hey Emerald.
But I think he bought it when they went to that car show that weekend, and she wore it when they went on their camping trip. But let me double check that. Nobody hold me to that, because if I got it out of that crazy book, then discount it. But I think it was in one of his interviews.
Okay.
I would love to know what happened from the moment Shannan walked in the door.
Yeah, I think we all would.
We all would, but that's not something that I mean, that has to be asked to Chris, and even if Chris tells an answer, I feel like no one's going to believe it anyway, but it's not something, like I said, that I just jump on and ask them all these like harsh questions right away. We ask them all of the the little things that are going around too, but I don't know that that's something that anyone but Chris could answer.
Yeah.
So it's not something that I have asked Ronnie and Cindy or Jamie, because that's not, they weren't there. They don't know. They're looking for answers like the rest of us.
Is it okay if I address Barbara Roberts' question?
Yeah.
She's asking what crazy book.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to say the author, or you just want me to say... It's the book that was written by somebody that was going to see him in jail, and the first book was plagiarized, and she got in trouble. So it was Sherilyn Cadle's book. So if I got it, I can't remember if I read it in the first book that I actually paid for and got my money back, or if it was in one of his interviews.
Yeah, that's the big thing with this case, that we all have taken in so much information, and we've taken it over and over from multiple different sources and platforms. And now we're all like, we don't even remember what we heard from where it came from. Ugh. So and picture how the Watts must feel. It's just ridiculous. It seems Chris's parents are left in the dust just like the rest of the world. Tammie Ayo, that is perfectly said. I agree with that. I agree with that. They are.
And that is our whole point of our conversations with you guys. is that they're just as much in the dark as we are, and that they are people too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And talking with them, I know like they are all just full of anxiety right now because what's coming up next month, you know? And
Right.
Ronnie was saying the other day,
Yeah.
like, you know, just when we start getting a little bit of normalcy, then something like this happens. A documentary happens, or we have the anniversary of the crime or whatever. And I mean, they don't ever get a break from it. So the best we can do, I know some people are like, oh, I'm a horrible advocate for the Watts. I'm not exactly trying to advocate for them. I'm not asking anyone to change their beliefs or whatever. I'm just putting out what I know everyone has wondered and the crap going around for 3 years, but I'm putting it out from as close to possible what we can get from the source, right? Because I actually tell them all I'm fine if I never talk to Chris, but we can get their version because we don't hear that. Like, again, we've only heard what, I don't know, some channels have had little video recordings putting them on, say this or say that. We're actually getting anything I ask them, they will answer me to the best that they can. And we haven't seen that or had that. So I think it's important because it's also giving them a voice. And again, I don't think it has anything to do. I don't think any of us up here in the Watts know this. We aren't making promises. We want Chris out because all of us, I believe, at least agree he's where he should be, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just want
Yes.
answers like everyone else and exactly like the Watts want. And so it's almost like I feel like helping to combat the BS that we've heard in the last 3 years. Maybe we can help them get just a little bit of closure, or at least looked at as humans and not monsters that created a monster. That's all we're trying to do here. Not trying to free Chris to be an innocent man. None of us are saying that. So I don't want to see all those comments tomorrow.
And no, and none of us are talking bad about Shannan. I get tired of seeing those comments too. All we are saying is that please disregard the things that she said, talking about Cindy in her first interview, because you guys have to remember at the time she thought that her daughter-in-law murdered her grandchildren. She didn't know any different at that time. And yes, mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws don't get along. I can attest to that with my mother-in-law. I mean, there's plenty of times I'm pretty sure she said stuff about me that aren't so kind, and I know I've said some not so kind things, but you can't, I don't know. My point is that she said the things that she said because she was upset and angry, just like any of the rest of us would be if we thought our daughter-in-law killed our grandchildren. And as a mother to a son, I mean, if my son annihilated his whole family, of course I would be pissed. And of course I would be angry. But I would still love my son because I gave birth to him.
Right.
I am not going to turn my back on him. I may not like a dang thing that he did, but I would damn sure never defend him or lie for him if he did it like that. You know? But you can't sit there and knock her for saying that she's going to stand by her child, because any of us would stand by our own children, regardless of what they do. Well, let me rephrase that. Most of us would. Not everybody, but most of us would.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable to see that a mother would stand by her son no matter what.
Right. And people can take that statement and twist and turn it to their liking all they want, but bottom line is it's a mother loving her son and wanting to know the truth because there's been too many stories told.
Yeah. Hey, Gina.
That's my take.
Yeah.
Well, I believe he's where he should be, but I also believe that there's others responsible that need to be there too.
Yeah. Even if it was just as much as putting the thoughts in his head, that should be punishable. There's a whole family gone. So even for someone to have that idea and if you ask me, manipulate a weak-minded person into doing these things, I don't know, that's wrong. Like, they are just as guilty.
Yeah.
But it obviously was really easy if it only took her 6 weeks to do it.
I personally think this was longer than a 6-week thing. I mean,
okay,
I do
well, it depends. Unless she was. I read some things from ex-coworkers where they all believe it was like more of a 5-month thing. But
Hey, Luann.
well, what did we find out about the Anadarko explosion? What date was that again? In 2017.
November 17th,
Yep.
2018, I think. No, 2017.
So
2017, yeah.
Yeah, that's whenever Mr. Martinez and his father-in-law were killed in that explosion.
okay, so there's that explosion from there, 2017. And November, whatever, 2017. September 1st, 2017. So that would be, what, 2 months before the explosion? Let me just make sure that's right. It's about 2 months either before or after the explosion. If it was November for the explosion. She Googled Chris Watts September 1st, 2017. The explosion happened November 17th, 2017. And then we Googled today also, I didn't even get a chance to tell you because you were at work. Anadarko sold a year after the murders. Not before. They sold in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They were in talks for a while.
So then we get to go and, yeah, well, maybe, but here's the thing. They specifically say in the reports we read today, Anadarko wanted to quickly sell and quickly gave their shares away for $39 billion, was it? $billion, and wanted it done very, very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
We looked up, I wanted to look up Anadarko, the meaning of Anadarko. What is that? Well, Anadarko, the petroleum place, is actually a native-owned, based thing, and all of the people that coming up pretending to be NK's family or whatever are all they're native, right? So I thought that was like really super interesting. Also, the headquarters is in Texas, which was where Josh was. Texas.
Oh, Joshy.
Yes, so I put that together today, but didn't have enough time. I've been asking so much stuff to the Watts. They've been getting certain things back to me, but not everything. So still waiting on, because I feel like there's weirdness going on.
There's weirdness everywhere.
More like this was
I don't think that explosion was anyway related to NK. But...
I'm not saying she was I'm not saying like she planned an explosion or anything like that. I'm saying Anadarko is probably more into this than I thought, even more so than than the whole cult situation, because it just makes way more sense. And her just disappearing when they sold really quick in 2019, they sold the month after she had a name change. Or about the same time she put her name change in, right? Was that 2019? November 2019? October 2019?
I thought it was last year.
Maybe it was October 2020.
I don't know. I can't keep up.
Well, anyway, I still would feel like, did NK get a chunk of that money from selling that? Because we all know she wanted money. There's no way you can tell me she didn't want money. It's all over her records that was actually looked at.
Yeah.
That chick wanted to make money off of this. No doubt about it. So I'm wondering, did they make her like a shareholder or whatever? Did she get a piece of that pie when they sold, is what I'm thinking.
Tammie.
Anadarko in a John Wayne movie.
What do you think of Anadarko being involved? I don't see an upside for them to get involved with multiple murders. I just don't see an upside for the company.
No, I'm not saying they planned a murder. I'm saying they, like you had even said, they would definitely want it cleaned up because there's multiple Anadarko employees involved, like, in this murder. Yeah.
I'm focused, Brooke. I'm focusing.
I thought so too, Dr. Phil. I didn't really think much of the name, but then looking it up today and then talking to the girls, it's like, oh wow, little weird things. Hey, checking. Hey, Luann, thank you. Everybody loves blonde hair. I'm gonna have to keep it for a little while.
Someone was asking earlier if you were talking about the Firestone explosion or the Mead one. I'm pretty sure it was the Firestone one that was at the house. The Mead one was another fire at an oil battery, I believe.
That's the one I'm talking about. The oil battery yeah.
But that was...
in 2017.
I don't think anyone died in that one.
Okay, so then there's two.
Yeah, there was two. That's what I just said.
Scares the shareholders off. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I don't see them being involved. But I can see them pressuring the police department and whatever to wrap it up quick.
But that's exactly, that's what I mean. So even if they're pressuring and wrap it up quick so that they cannot fall out on a deal, and then they quickly were like, okay, we got to do this. Like, Anadarko has a bad name now, That's so wrong. You don't get paid by an oil company. And yeah, I do believe, based on another case, definitely there's corruption where there's oil money. That's billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. To cover it up and just end it quickly without doing a proper investigation or anything, or trial or anything. That's why they didn't go to trial, because then all of these Anadarko employees that would look really bad for them. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's wrong. I'm not saying Anadarko planned the murders and said, NK, go murder this family so we can sell for whatever. I'm saying they paid to cover it up for these Anadarko employees because it made Anadarko look bad, much like military does for each other. Just saying.
Just gonna grab my phone quick. I want to look up, because I remember reading about another explosion, that Mead one, but I want to refresh my memory.
Yes. Hey, Julie. Hey, Jenna. Ash and Emmy. And 2 were killed. A few weeks later, the meat oil. Okay, I didn't know there was 2, Emerald, so that's very interesting and also more suspicious to me. What about Donnie Darko? I love that movie. Hey, Brandy. Sexual scandal with CEO. Google it. Now, really, Jane Doe? I've heard someone else think that maybe she was sexual scandal with CEO of Anadarko. Eesh. And Nelly left.
NK was?
That's what I'm wondering. Or, let me see here. What'd that say? Anadarko scandal. Oh, yeah. Where did that go? Okay. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm reading that right now. Who gave me that? Jane Doe. Female whistleblower, no sexual scandal. Nope. Yes, actually. Business, Colorado News, Energy, Late News. Okay, so former employees say Anadarko's Denver office had toxic culture, which would probably mean it went not just in the Texas office, but anywhere. Anadarko, the culture, oil. Okay. Soon after Robin Olson left her job in Denver office of Anadarko Petroleum Corp., she drafted a letter with her lawyer's help. Anadarko has a culture of treating women as sexual playthings who are present at work merely for men's sexual gratification. Olson's 2017 letter to Anadarko went on to describe a toxic culture in the satellite office where 550 of company's 4,700 employees worked. And where she said sexual harassment wasn't punished and women who complained about it were. Hey, Dalen! Anadarko, which agreed last week to be sold to Chevron Corp for $33 billion, vigorously disputes Olson's characterizations of the company. Even as the Me Too movement and the backlash against it rolls through the corridors of power, the energy industry has largely escaped the scandals that have ensnared scores of prominent men in Hollywood, Silicon Valley, Washington, and beyond. Okay, Mr.Cher needs to get back up here because hell yeah, they would pay off for dang murder. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Interviews with 6 former employees of Anadarko's Denver office paint a detailed picture of a place where life can be particularly difficult for women. The ex-employees spoke on condition of anonymity because they still have dealings with Anadarko or aren't authorized to speak publicly on the matter. By the way, this says that Anadarko likes to pay out and not get in trouble with things.
Well, that's why they were selling. Because they would have had to spend millions and millions to
fight all these sexual harassment suits.
To revamp all their safety procedures and shit. Because they weren't doing things the way they were supposed to be done.
Whoa! Allegations include loudish behavior, such as the supervisor who joked that women seeking to advance their careers should be prepared to provide oral sex. They include talk and stunted careers, how the women became stuck in their jobs while the men they complained about moved up the corporate ladder. Men were promoted while women with comparable experience weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Olson's letter to the company alleges that 2 high-ranking executives had sexual relationships with subordinates in an account corroborated in an affidavit reviewed by Bloomberg. All of these women's complaints have changed the company. After the behavior was exposed, Anadarko said it launched a formal sexual harassment training program. Woodlands, Texas-based Anadarko's Denver offices oversees corporations in Colorado, Wyoming. Well, that is interesting, Jane Doe. I'm going to look more into that. Thank you. Yeah, very interesting. Never heard about that. So, hey, I hate Diet Cola. So, also 2018 was still prime Me Too time. Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. Does it make you look at NK a little bit differently if that's the culture she was working in and maybe she seemed a little like a hussy? I don't know. Maybe she was just playing some type of game. I don't know.
Dr. Phil.
No, don't highlight that. You guys, stop. The family watches this. Not appropriate.
What's your...
Hey, Ara. There was a gas leak that blew up a house a while ago. They tried blaming it on the grandchild for making meth, but they found out it was not true. It was a gas leak explosion.
Yeah, that would be the
and that's the one that happened April 17th, 2017.
Yep. And then that Mead one happened a month later in May.
Yep.
Like, Jesus.
Hey, Amber. Promiscuous, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm like, just a hussy. Promiscuous, because if that... I'm not sure what she did for a job before that or how long exactly she was at Anadarko. But, I mean, she was in the oil in North Carolina, too. So, if this is a culture she's used to, I could see her being that way. I don't know. Shit, I'm not trying to defend her in any way. I'm just saying, like, maybe that could explain her promiscuous behavior. And Kay was subcontracted to Anadarko by a company owned by no other than Leave Jim Alone. How do you know that? Wait, is that true?
I did hear that she was subcontracted, but I don't know.
I did hear that too.
Oh, I hate that, Chloe. I hate that. Ignore them, whatever.
They're just jealous.
Mm-hmm. Dalen says that is facts.
It's facts.
It's facts.
What was Jim's company? Do you know? Do you know the name of his company?
I don't.
You mean Leave Jim Alone guy?
Yeah, Jim.
I'm sure it's not Leave Jim Alone Incorporated.
It's.
Never know with this.
I mean, I literally write just the name Jim and already brought up his name first. I haven't really Googled him because I don't know how to say his last name.
Ashanemi thinks it was Tasman. I don't know.
What?
Tasman Geoscience. We'll check.
Click allow to confirm that you are not a robot. Click allow to confirm that you are not a robot.
That's weird.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Ash and Emmy.
This says Jim
But
Sydney Lash and Brow Studio.
Not much information about it.
What is this? They have a dance academy. It says Jim and Nicole.
Oh.
what?
No results found. Nevada. Oh, the page isn't found, but there's a phone number. It says Jim, his name, Northern Virginia Dance Academy. This is such a great work. Jim, Nicole Kessinger, James R. whatever, and phone numbers. Yeah, Northern Virginia Dance Academy.
Dalen, I think they refused to give her a severance package because she didn't actually work for them.
It also says that he owns a lash and brow company.
Oh. Maybe Jim's I don't know, never mind.
Gene. This is super weird. It's a lash and brow studio, but it's all talking about Jim and Nicole.
Ash and M said maybe that's what they changed her yoga studio to. Well then, Dalen, I don't know.
Huh.
Dr. Phil.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is
I know, I've
very
seen
weird.
that.
Well, Jim obviously was into men.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Pamela, that's what I had heard also. Yeah, Lioness, all kinds of problems I'm seeing. Sorry. This is like weird because it's a lash and brow studio, but it says it's owned by NK and Jim, who is that?
Text me the number. I'll call it real quick.
Okay.
NK has a boyish way about her. Yeah, she did seem kind of
I
tomboyish.
agree.
You guys, this link here is very weird. Baby, can we share this? Can we show it on the screen so people can see what I'm looking at?
Sorry, not to change the subject, but I ordered food for the kids, and apparently this person's name is Isis, and it says Isis is approaching your home, is approaching with your order. I was like, what?
Yeesh.
And freaked me out for a second. Sorry.
You guys, we were wondering why Chris was in Wisconsin. There's a tie to Jim and Wisconsin, just so we are clear. So this is weird, you guys, because it's an eyelash and brow company. But it's literally all talking about the damn Watts.
Oh, shit.
It is. I'm reading this. It's weird.
So weird. So the sister of Jim or something owns a module home company, which is based in Wisconsin, so we're aware. She's the only female in the family. The company Sunburst has something to do with modular homes. Obsessed. They also live in Brookfield, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Apparently, Jim had access to Kessinger's place. Also called him the morning after Chris' wife disappeared. I wonder if NK was trying to enlist Jim's help to get her a job at Sunburst. Do we think she's living in Wisconsin?
I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if you guys can still hear us. The computer froze up, so.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, well, let's not show that then.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, if we drop out, we'll come right back anyway.
Jane Doe. I like that. NK has a lot of spare keys. She probably does.
Okay, so you guys. Jim has ties to Wisconsin and family that runs companies there. Just saying. I'm just gonna throw another weird thing into this. NK's the local bike. That's bad. I don't, Pamela, we can't exactly prove that, right? Because I've talked to the people, what they call themselves, the headmasters, I believe it was. They deny that, but what's interesting is we only asked about Nicole, and they answered back with Nicole or her father, which I thought was weird. Because I didn't ask about the father.
Hey, Misha.
How do we know this, Dalen? I've heard it, but I don't know how we could ever prove that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I believe in all that kind of stuff, but I just don't know how we could even prove that. To be honest, it's looking more like possibly there's more people involved. This looks more like Anadarko just paid people off to just get it done, which is no trial, no nothing, because Anadarko probably, honestly, I'll go as far as to say paid Rorik and Tammie Lee and get Chris in there. I think that probably Jim and NK were involved, for sure. But definitely Anadarko just, they couldn't have that involved or have that, their employees be involved in this and then their employees with all the sexual assault. Cover it up, make it go away like Mr.Cher says, but that's wrong. Because you know where I live, I know the owner. Oh! This is like yeah.
You should join on your phone, honey, because this is going to crash in a second. Technical difficulties.
What was NK's father's name before he changed it?
I don't know. They both had name changes before. Did you know that? I read NK had a possible name change years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't she hiding from like an abusive ex-boyfriend or something? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Pearl, I definitely am curious about this site. Yeah, it's very weird, isn't it? I think it's weird. Dwayne Kessinger, but is that his new name? Or the name he changed it to? I don't know.
Good question.
Misha says, my dad was a Mason Grandmaster.
Okay, you can drop there, huh?
Oh. Yeah, I read that she had changed her name 2 times now. He wasn't born Kessinger. He changed it to Kessinger when he relocated. Weird. Yes, Mary, that's what it was.
Why would you?
Weird.
Why would you just change your name?
Yeah, she changed her name 2 times. I read that on Google like less than a week ago. Like 2 days ago I read that it was possible she had another name change.
That's bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Innocent people don't change. I don't know. I'll shut up.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, David. David said smile.
But I do remember Chris saying something about she was hiding from an ex because she didn't get mail at her house or whatever. It went to her dad's because she was, but he didn't know what the thing was with her ex.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I was trying
Harley.
to see
Betty, well, the case is held on YouTube, but it's... I mean, you ask most people, just walk up to strangers, ask them who Chris Watts is, most of them won't even know.
Yeah. I did that once. Nobody knew. It's only popular on social media.
Heck, my husband didn't even know who he was until 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah, we think because we're into it on YouTube that the whole world is, and that's just not the case.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the grocery picture. Yeah, a lot of people saw that. I saw that. I didn't think it was NK, but
I don't think
could
it's
have been.
NK.
Didn't someone say the car was registered to a Kessinger?
I don't know. The picture I saw, you couldn't see the
Registered,
license
I
plate.
think.
But
Yeah.
Someone saw NK in Colorado. I don't know if she would still be in Colorado. She wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Everyone would know what she looks like.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if I was her, I definitely wouldn't be in Colorado.
No, I think when she got her name changed, that's when I believe that's either when she went into protective, whatchamacallit?
Protective custody.
Not protective
Custody.
custody.
Come on, go night. It's go night.
Witness protection, whatever.
Witness
Time to go
protection.
night. Okay.
Witness protection.
Come on. Time to go
Yeah.
night.
Because of the death threats and everything, she would actually qualify for that if people were out. I mean, look how people are acting.
No,
She
it's
would
time to go
probably
night.
qualify for that. So either she went into because if
night,
you think
baby.
about it, her
Good
name
girl.
change came what, almost 2 years after the crime, right? October 2020.
Something like that.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
So August of
Something like- yeah.
2018 was the crime. So that would be about 2 years, which was probably she was then off of witness protection and then went and changed her name.
I heard that too, Cheryl, that it was her sister. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
it did look
it's
more
such
like
a
Stephanie.
blurry ass picture. Like, it's just a woman with brown hair and a ponytail.
That's all I saw too. I couldn't make out anything else. So.
No. It's just like people thought she was at the airport and thought she was at the beach, and it's just ridiculous. You see a woman with brown hair, it's instantly her.
True.
It's just weird that she hasn't been seen at all. To me.
October 19th, 2020, and the crime happened August 13th, 2018. That's damn near 2 years. It's like almost like to the day, 2 years.
Yeah, she was probably protected for 2 years
Yep.
and then changed her name. That'd be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
She did qualify, Daylin. She was getting death threats and involved in, if you actually Google her, she's listed as one of the most hated women in America, top like 3. So that would actually qualify you. Hey, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Yeah, Daylin, I'm sorry, but I don't like that person. I'm blocked on his channel. He's also blocked on mine because he's a douche.
There you go.
I don't like him, period. I think that's all I'll say. He could say anything. I don't really care. Don't even get me started, Daylin. I'm just going to be quiet. But yes, actually, she would absolutely qualify.
Hey, so what?
If her life is in danger, and trust me, there are people that want her dead. Okay?
Oh, God, yeah.
So she absolutely qualified. And also the timing, it's almost 2 years to the day. So that's it. I mean, qualified. And also,
Oh, now we're getting an echo.
That would be me. The dog just stepped on the iPad. Hold on.
Emily Baker also explained why NK couldn't get witness protection. I don't care what they're telling us, right? Because they're also telling us she's not involved. I don't believe that. They'll tell us whatever. Well, no, she's not in witness. Like, they don't have to tell us anything. In fact, it's legal for them to lie. So, I personally believe she's in witness protection even still. Or she was until the name change, but you don't just fall off the face of the earth.
And the internet is completely scrubbed of anything about her.
Hey, Seth.
What's up, Seth?
Yeah. Daylin, she was actually put into hiding, and it was found out later where it was, in Mexico, at not Jose Baez's, but somebody else who like wrote a book or something, staying hidden there. So whether she qualified or not, I also don't think she wanted that because she wanted to be known. Like she says she sleeps well at night, so there's a difference. NK wanted that and was begging for that. Casey Anthony didn't. Right, Jenna. You would not have to file for a name change if you were witness protection. But when you're off of witness protection, you would want to change your name. Yeah, exactly. Like maybe some government people helped her. There is actual like underground people. I mean, I was offered once to get away out from an abusive relationship. Somebody in the courthouse that you would just look like a normal person. And I know there's a whole... There's a lot of ways for people to disappear and be protected. So whether it was witness protection or somebody within that department gave her a number to, which is basically witness protection, because yes, there's a whole like underground situation thing that happens. They actually help a lot of like dads try to get custody of their kids who will like kidnap their kids and run away, because it's hard to get their kids from like abusive moms, because a lot of times they can't. So fathers will take the kids and have to literally go underground to live a life with their kids. I believe that's what happened with NK. You don't just fall off the face of the earth, because she's going to need money, talk to family, and all of this. So
Yep.
Sent her to Afghanistan.
right, Dalen.
Somebody has to help her.
Well, all she would really have to do is dye her hair and get out of Colorado.
Plastic surgery, dye your hair.
I don't even know if she'd need plastic surgery. Like, this case is well known on YouTube, but that's a very minuscule portion of the population. Most people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
The odds of her running into somebody that would know are very, very slim. That's right, Cooter Brown, fear the beard.
And I will, if you guys have certain questions that are reasonable, I will ask the Watts. And they will answer, because they have been very good about that. But I'm not going to go, hey, what happened that night? Because they weren't there. They can't answer that. They don't know. They want to know like us. So that's not a question that I can ask them. What happened when Shannon walked in the house? You see what I'm saying? I can't ask them that.
Yeah, they don't know. All they can tell us is what Chris said. And you can just pick a story for that.
Now, really quick, do you guys all remember the whole sunflower tattoo thing? NK had sunflower tattoo,
Yes.
and Jamie Watts had a sunflower tattoo. They got matching tattoos together years ago. Did anyone else remember that? Because that was a huge thing that was going around.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, weirdo.
Megan.
No, that giggle. She'll never get away from that giggle, Dr. Phil.
God, I hate that giggle. Holy crap, it creeps me out.
Hey, Susan.
I literally fell asleep to, I think it was on Mama Kim's channel when she was playing one of the things. I fell asleep to listen into her interview, and that giggle woke me up from a dead sleep, freaking me out.
Maybe that's what happened, you guys. If you think about it, she did her name change in 2020. When did this damn pandemic happen? Right around the same time she applied for a name change, right? They were all like, let's put masks on so that no one will recognize NK. We'll just make it so the whole world thinks there's a virus and everyone's got to wear a mask.
Right.
Megan, make a video.
Yeah.
I'm onto it. NK's fault, Corona's a thing. You wanted to blame Carol Baskin.
I still say it's Carol Baskin.
I blame NK. That chick wanted to hide.
Yeah. Bitch, Carol Baskin down in Tampa, Florida.
I do agree with you there, Megan.
I'd say pretty much any cult is into some odd stuff. That's why they're a cult.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helped her lay lows. Yeah, definitely.
That's where the
it would
whole
be harder
visit-
for people. Thank you, Jane Doe. I'm glad you said that, because NK does not have a sunflower tattoo. Okay? She does not. And we are going to double check that with Chris because Jamie and Ronnie and Cindy, will ask him, did she have a sunflower tattoo? But from my research today, no, she does not. The tattoo she has is black, and they are a symbol of something. Now, I've read their satanic Bible symbols, whatever. I don't know that to be true. To be honest, I can't see the entire tattoo. But it does look to be a symbol. And so...
Okay, Dylan. Yeah, I'd be interested to read up on that. Because I've heard the cult stuff. Like a lot of people, they say they're the Freemasons and stuff like that, but there's some other cult things. Be interesting to read.
I'm going to send you these, baby. I want to show
Hey,
this
forward
one
it
first.
to me too, Mark, because I'm into that kind of stuff. I love to read about, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. I really like the Sons of Sam documentary because it touched on... I think it was called The Process. But yeah, that was crazy. They even linked that to Manson, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's supposedly one of the reasons they went to the dune was because of her occult things.
Yeah, so she could do her chanting with her grandmother or something.
No, the other one.
What one? This?
No, there's a different one.
You sent me 4.
It should have been 5, damn it. There. So, that one. First.
I'll try this again. Hopefully it doesn't crash again.
Oh, yeah, that's right, I forgot. Okay, so today I was talking to Jamie, and she was showing me, that she had gotten some more work done on her sleeve. And so, of course, I saw the tattoo on her shoulder, and that got me to ask about the sunflower tattoos. And right away, her response to me was like, Cher, it's super simple. So then she sent me the Pinterest picture. Maybe can we show that one? That gave her the idea of that tattoo. And she just liked it. And I totally understood because my leopard print tattoo on my arm is the same. So yep. So that's where she got the idea.
Hang on.
Right there. That's where she got the idea for her tattoo and kind of worked around that. So that's why she got the sunflower tattoo. So then if you Google what most common flower tattoo is a woman gets, it is a sunflower. So even if her and NK did happen to have sunflower tattoos, I mean, it is very common for women to get sunflower tattoos. If you even Google it, it's right there on Google to see. So it's as simple as she just liked a picture of one and kind of made it into her own. Yeah. And NK does not have a sunflower tattoo.
I agree, Megan.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
I honestly stopped listening to people, like not to be rude, but once I started, people said this is in the discovery, and I read the discovery and the exact opposite is in there. I stopped listening to everybody. Like, I have my opinion, you can have yours, but if you tell me it's in the discovery, it's just in one ear and out the other. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe it. Unless I read it for myself.
NK needs a weed tattoo. I don't know what that means. I mean, if she liked weed, oh well. Weed doesn't make a murderer. I'll put it like that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be an insult or what, but everyone knows that I love my medical weed, so I don't know what that means. So what?
I think it was just a joke, honey. Relax.
Oh. Right, Megan, even if yeah. Hey, Velvet Moon.
What's up, Velvet Moon?
Yes, you agree, even if the information... And I can't remember, I'm sorry.
Hey, Burgundy.
Burgundy, hey! I can't... we have no way of vetting anything that law enforcement has told us. That's exactly right. The only thing we have, but Chris Watts has lied so much, but again, I feel like he's just telling everyone what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, it's all bad. I have that video, Burgundy. Sorry, you guys. Totally off topic, because she does the like sister wives and TLC stuff that I love. So you guys should definitely follow her channel. I'm gonna drop the link for her channel because I know a lot of you guys all love the TLC and sister wives and all that. Love After Lockup. And she covers a lot of that and does interviews with some of the people, Taylor and that from Sister Wives. Yeah, we like
joints.
35C is not. No, you're not interrupting. Awesome. Look forward to it. People assume everything in discovery is facts. Half of it wouldn't be allowed in a court. That's true. And I also wonder, because didn't he say he only failed where he knew where the bodies were, right? So he passed all the other questions?
Apparently. Which is weird.
Right.
But not many people want to side with me on this, but I think there's something wrong in his head. Like, seriously. So you could ask him if he lived on Mars, he'd say yes, and he could pass.
Probably just tell you like what you want to know, what you're looking for. Oh, Burgundy, thank you. Toot toot, welcome to the crazy train. Girl, I noticed you didn't have. Did you have? I didn't see super chats. Do you have members in super chats? You should set that up, because yeah, her channel is awesome, you guys, and I'm putting the link in there. Please subscribe to her because you'll like it.
So if Chris did the 35C, would he have to go back to Colorado?
Yes, and yes, he would, because that's where it happened. So Tammie knew a lot more than she was holding close to her chest. Now, interesting enough, KK has text messages, screenshotted text messages from Tammie Lee. And she was even saying, like, yes, all along they wanted to protect Shannan. And I'm sorry, but we'll just go with her family has been out here really trying to protect something, right? So what were they trying to exactly protect? To me, they've always been worried about her image. Her image mattered, right? So I don't know. I do really see the what is it called? Munchausen's. I think that Shannan did have Munchausen's by proxy. I do think she really liked her kids were always in the hospitals. And tell me why in 2 days or within 48 or 72 hours, she had taken, I can't remember if it was Cece or Bella, to an ER. And then, like, within 2 days, went all the way across town to a farther ER with the same child. And yeah, to me, I just get a little bit of weird vibes with that. I don't really like to think that of mothers. It makes me feel really crappy and gross to even say that. But I actually used to be next door neighbors to someone who actually is in prison for that. She was smothering her child and hurting her child and posting it all over Facebook because she was getting a lot of sympathy, and she really liked that attention. And that was really my first experience with that. And I had no idea because I was helping her and being by her side. She was over at my house with me, hanging out and around my children and stuff too. It was really, really hard. I don't think it's something that you can really help either. But anyways, she had taken her daughter to the hospital, and the doctors kept saying, well, she's fine, she's fine. They had her in there for a while, and they were about to discharge her and her daughter home. And the doctors said, there's something wrong with the mom here, and started watching her, and they actually caught her smothering her baby girl in the hospital because she didn't want to leave the hospital with the baby. She wanted something to always be wrong, so she keep posting, get that darn attention. It's I think both parties were mentally unstable in that marriage. It was very toxic.
What about the Walmart video everyone in North Korea knows about? Everyone could see. Oh, I want to see that.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. And yeah. Hey, Natasha, I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, I did get it. Okay, got it.
Hey, Terry Ann. Hey, Natasha.
Mama Kim cannot make it tonight, but we love her. I don't know. Dalen, I would love to know. Can you come up here? Because is that...
Oh, lost Nelly.
The Walmart one.
I never heard anything about Walmart.
Shannan thought Bella had that fever virus, but she didn't. And the odds...
I've never heard about Walmart either.
Nope. That's a first for me.
I don't think there was, you guys. I don't think there was signs from Chris. Because if you even look at the text messages she has out, she didn't seem to think there was a problem until about the 6 weeks. And she really says, these last 6 weeks, I feel like he may be talking to somebody or whatever. He's always on his phone. So to me, I don't think that... No, I don't...
Can't see it. Colorado sent it back to you. Said they didn't need it. Well, who saw it? Like, if no one saw it, then no one would know about it. So somebody obviously saw it.
I kind of just walked into this tonight. Depressing shit. Yeah, sorry, Natasha. It's all depressing. Yes, he does. He likes Brooks and Dunn a lot. And there's a song, Broken Halos. Is that right? If anyone knows, I don't really listen to that, but they listen to that every night at their little memorial in their backyard. I read it on Google.
DA's office did, but yeah, like, I mean, did you see it, Dalen? Like, you seem to know about it, but have you seen it? Or do you know anyone who has seen it?
I will ask.
When did anyone see it?
The Watts about that, Dalen, because I think that's interesting.
Yeah, because someone must have.
They would know about that.
We live in the screenshot era, so if that was public at all, ever, it's floating around somewhere.
Right.
Right.
I also called Frank Sr. a dick again. I was in a mood. I love when you're in your moods. Did you really? We're all getting sued. Don't you know? Like 2 years ago, I was supposed to be in jail with Armchair Detective.
Isn't it funny, Dr. Phil, how they always describe people who have committed murders and stuff? Well, they were just quiet. They were just nice. Happens all the time.
Yeah, that is true. They do say, you would never have guessed. He was so quiet. He was so great. We cooked out with him all the time. Like, we had no idea. Like that guy in Cleveland who abducted 3 women and had them for like 8 years or however long it was. And he would go out to cookouts on the streets with everybody, block parties, everything acted so normal. No one ever would have guessed it. Someone
described the Walmart video.
Yeah, I'd love to know if Dalen wants to come up here because I'm thinking of 2 different things. I said the Walmart manager. I know the Walmart manager personally told me everything that was on it. That's what I thought. Yes, it was. The Walmart video shows Shannan Watts slapping her daughter across the face out of extreme anger.
That ain't good.
I did hear that, but I've never seen it or whatever, so yeah, I don't really.
I've never
Casey.
heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah, But again, that would disappear, right? Because their main concern was, I wanted to protect Shannan. But again, I feel like that matters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Burgundy. There is a lot of weird stuff to this case.
Everything is, Christ.
But I'll ask
agree.
Ronnie and Jamie and Cindy like tomorrow. It's too late tonight, but I am gonna ask them if they know anything about that, Dalen, because at least then we can hear, do they know about that? Because I could see them kind of trying to scrub that because they are so concerned about Shannan and how she looked. And again, I'll just say, like, when I talk about how Shannan's behavior was, I do not mean that she deserved what she got.
No.
I
Right.
like I tell Mr.Cher, if this was to go to trial, everything would matter. It would all be brought up because Chris's defense's job is to bring up everything. And to me, mental illness and stuff, I absolutely think matters on a case, even a murder case. And in this situation, I really do, and he still hasn't been evaluated yet, which is crap. And Rhonda was almost 3 years before she even got evaluated to her prison sentence, a 47-year sentence. She didn't get evaluated till damn near 3 years, and he's going on 3 years, so maybe soon.
Megan, I saw what you're talking about, the Ruseks being upset that we're talking about the case and they're claiming that it's bullying and harassment, yet they themselves had something to do with the documentary on Netflix that brought all of this back out, and now you got hundreds of thousands of new people coming on YouTube making all different kinds of claims and everything else that haven't been watching the case and following the case as long as most of us have. So for them to be mad that people are talking about it, then they never should have put their name, or never should have allowed the documentary to be done. Personal opinion,
No.
sorry.
I'm going to ask right now. Sorry guys, I'm texting Ronnie really quick just to ask that, because I mean, if he responds, I'd like to know,
No one is quiet with their spouse. Chris probably made some seriously messed up comments that she must have brushed off. It's possible, but I know people who they're very quiet. Like, and it's not an act. That's how they are when they wake up in the morning until they go to bed at night. People give them shit and they don't really react.
Okay, so I've asked Ronnie. I'm not sure if I'll get a response this evening or if it'll be tomorrow, but actually I'll send it to Jamie as well.
Hey, Cleopatra.
And hi, Jamie, because I know you'll probably listen to this tomorrow in the car. So hi, hope you're doing well, and I'll be talking to you later. All right, so I've asked Jamie as well. Yeah, Natasha, not trying to victim blame, but it absolutely does matter if she's mentally abusive and stuff like that. 'Cause it does take a toll on you. But again, what also matters is I don't know why nobody looks more into the Thrive. Because I think that absolutely matters as well. And damn right, if I had known like Rhonda was taking some Thrive patches, I'd be definitely digging more into that, because it does affect your sleep and stuff.
Yeah.
It does mess with you, and not sleeping well and he was wearing 2 of these patches, absolutely crazy. And to give that kind of stuff to the children, again, well, I won't really go there, but anyway, but I get it, Natasha.
Yeah. It's kind of like walking on thin ice. I mean, discussing shannan at all, people look at that as a negative thing. Like saying she wasn't the greatest mother on the planet doesn't mean she deserved to be killed, doesn't mean that she killed her children. Just discussing things.
Right, Natasha. And we don't, she didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. But I'm just saying, like, I think, again, because if this went to trial, it all matters. And to me, true crime is everything. Because to me, it all, like, what if he was a little bit, like, I don't know, mentally off, and then you're beat. Think of us girls getting beat down. Like, I have helped another woman fight for battered women syndrome and shooting her husband 13 times because she was getting her ass beat. Right? But I couldn't relate to that because I've been in abusive relationships, but I don't understand, like, so if it's a girl, we look at it one way, like, oh my God, we should definitely take this into consideration, right? But when it's a man, no way. He's a monster, he did this, no. I don't agree. Right. She did not deserve that, right?
It's not victim blaming. At no point, Debbie, did anyone say that Shannan killed the girls.
Right.
We're not blaming Shannan for anything.
Nope. And if you don't like it, you can feel free to leave. You don't need to be in here. That's fine. If that's how you feel, I'm fine with that. But just leave the conversation then, because this isn't victim bashing. Again, probably good thing this didn't go to trial then, because everything we're saying here and more would be said.
Yeah.
She would have gotten money. She would have taken Chris through the ringer.
Oh, Nelly's in the Matrix.
She's a robot.
We are not talking about any victim or anybody.
Oh, Natasha Richardson, by the way, we weren't talking to you. We were talking to someone else that was complaining that we were bashing it, but you're all good. Hey, Emma!
Oh, no, Debbie Johnson.
Hey, Emma.
No, she couldn't. What a good lawyer would have. No, she couldn't. A good lawyer would have got Chris Watts custody. Shannan Watts has a horrible past. Sorry. That's something I found interesting was he would need a 2-bedroom anyway. But Chris had actually, and there is record of this. Again, I will make sure. I have to get like a notebook and write down what I should be asking Ronnie tomorrow. But Chris did even want to put in to change his hours and stuff at work so he could have the girls. It sounded as though Chris was planning on having Cece and Bella full time, but not the baby, because the baby would be, with mom for the first while nursing or whatever. But it did sound like he planned on having Cece and Bella most of the time, because he had even talked about switching his work schedule to go along with that. Natasha, no, wasn't you. No, it was Debbie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Debbie left anyway.
Well,
that's okay.
Well, I mean, not everyone's going to like the topic, but...
Yeah, and that's okay. Her mom even told her she needed to find doctors to give the girls the right diagnosis. Yeah. Yeah, and Dalen, actually it's interesting because the credit cards and stuff were in 4 different names. Remember that?
Well, there's a lot of weird stuff. Like, Shannan had a really nice house by herself. Did she not?
No, it was in her. It was in somebody else's name. Her first house was not in her name.
So she was just living there in someone else's house?
She built
the one that was built?
I think her parents' names was on it or something, and her husband at the time or whatever. The one that was built in North Carolina before they moved to Colorado, that was not in her name.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nope.
Didn't know that.
That's the first I heard that.
Yeah.
Because you actually brought that up to me.
Yeah, no, it was not in her name. I believe it was her parents. There's somebody else that was on that house as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, I
Hold
think. Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
No, Debbie, we don't hate you. We just want you to understand that we aren't trying to hate on Shanann.
Yeah.
We're just discussing everything. That's all. But no, like that Walmart video, personally, I haven't seen it. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've, heard her say that she could choke the kids or whatever. What parent hasn't? I mean, we're really picking here. But that's kind of what we have to do in this true crime thing. We look at everybody.
And everything.
Yeah, you have to. You can't just glaze over somebody because you're missing vital information.
The bot, some dirty sauce name. Yeah, it wasn't in her name. It was somebody else's name. Dirty sauce name. That dude's name. Yeah, something. Exactly, Burgundy. They bring it all up. It's that's defense's job is to bring this all up. So if Chris had a proper defense team, all of this would absolutely matter. Thanks, Debbie. And and we get everyone. It's a sensitive topic. A mother, children. We get that, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it either because again, I'm not saying that she deserved that. That's not what I'm saying. Just talking about it. Even, again, in court, they're not saying Shanann deserved that, but to me, all of the factors matter. It's about putting all of these puzzle pieces together and even understanding kind of like why something like this could happen or how it could happen.
Right.
Both of them were mentally not right, if you ask me.
Well, if he was looking for an apartment, then he had no intentions of killing her. So that kind of tells you that he had the idea put in his head.
In fact, I think it was the day before the murders, he had texted the realtor. He had planned to go and walk through the apartment and everything. So this was planned and all on record. So, again, just doesn't make sense.
What is your belief, honey?
Well, I say it all the time, but I believe that Chris was manipulated. I'm of the belief he was on drugs. I don't think... I stand by when he says, I came to, and it's like they had their hands on mine. So I think other people maybe like help. I don't know. But anyway, I am not in belief that he killed his children. I know, I feel that for sure. I just don't see that because I think he stayed in a toxic environment, much like 99% of us women do. We stay because of the kids. We don't want a broken family. We stay because of the kids or whatever. And a lot of times when you, like Chris was, like Mr.Cher said, NK pursued Chris. That felt good to him because he's been in this, I can't remember how long of a marriage they were in or relationship altogether, but Shanann, the magic was not there.
Tracy, no, it's not. We never said Shanann deserved anything. We
I'm
never
sure
said Shanann hurt the girls.
We've got somebody watching that sending people over here.
Yeah,
saying
we're not bashing anybody. We're just discussing.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do in true crime. We discuss. And it absolutely matters. And for me, on my channel, when you go back to the very first words out of Tammie Lee's mouth is, we care, is this how you want Shanann to look? That tells me all along you cared more about how she looked to the public than all of these little key factors that, to me, they matter. Because, again, this is my channel, and it matters to me.
Dilligaff, it isn't. They don't care. If you aren't praising Shanann, you're bashing Shanann.
Yeah, so we know what camp you're coming from. You can go back to your cult. That's fine. And Natasha, yes, I absolutely do. I do not think that Chris would have done this or been involved in this at all if it was not for NK and because what changed in his life before the murders? NK. What does he say? And again, we can't pick and choose when we want to trust him.
Tracy, who said that? Nobody said that in this chat.
We literally have never said that.
Nobody has ever said that here.
That wasn't even said. So now you're making things up. So run back to mommy ramblings there. Okay? Go back.
Good God, Tracy.
Seriously.
I do not believe Shanann.
If you want to
killed
hate
her
on us,
kids
go
in any
ahead, but
kind
at
of
least
way.
Say
listen.
something that's true, something that you actually heard. She's dead, leave her alone. No, I won't, because this is true crime.
No, we're not. Not you, Debbie. It's another one.
Yeah, Debbie,
You're
it's not
cool
you.
now.
Now it's Tracy. So anyway. No, actually, I mean, no. We don't need to go there. She'll just get blocked if she continues it, because we know what camps they're coming from, and that's fine. But nowhere in here said Shanann killed her children. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't believe that. I believe NK and somebody else killed the children.
Yeah,
and
I don't
always
think Shanann
thought
killed
that.
the kids.
So
Yes.
No.
I'm not. If you want to run back, go back and tell Mommy Ramblings that Shanann did not kill the children. Okay, you got that, Stacy, Tracy,
Whoever the hell you are.
whatever your name is.
She's getting all fired up over here.
Because it's dumb. I didn't say that.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter what you say.
It's about time a channel is not too damn scared to allow all and of the whole truth. Yeah, because it matters to me. It really, really does.
Yeah. We're not about pushing an agenda. We're about the truth.
Well, when you start looking into cases, you're going to get the stuff you don't want to hear and the stuff you want to hear. I mean, it's how it is.
Oh, Cher and I have had like 2 or 3 big fights about Summer Wells already.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's not like we really disagree. I just don't like what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, DILF, like, I'm sorry, but true crime, it's usually about cases that are closed, past, like, you know, Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, I mean, O.J. Simpson, he's not dead, but we all talk about this. Billion-dollar industry every year, true crime, so, hello. 99% of them are dead, by the way. We talk about it.
Yeah, we usually do talk more about the murderers than the victims, but this case is so different. This case is a different one.
We haven't seen. Well, we watched what was that show called on Netflix?
Trial by Media.
Trial by Media.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And
that was a real good one.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'd watch it again and all over again. But the rape trials. These women were victims of serious, serious crimes, rape, and bad things. But they went on trial and were pranced around like, well, they were asking for it or whatever. Like, that's defense. Defense attorneys would never have a job if, you know what I'm saying? So it all matters. With these cult people.
It does all matter. I agree.
I don't know why when I see that name, I want to eat a dill pickle. Like, I'm thinking dill pickle now. Dilligaff.
Well,
You got me thinking about that.
GAF is give a fornication.
If I were to type that out on my phone, it would be give a duck.
Yeah, Dill, I get hated on anyways, and I've been threatened by that other family for almost 2 years now, so, I mean,
Hey there, baby.
whatever.
Hold on, guys.
Something about a trial will
Hey,
never
kiss,
get
bye-bye.
full
She got the
truth.
blanket.
Right.
Yeah, there's never going to be a trial, though. It's over. Like, even if he applied for the 35C, he won't get it.
Yeah, he can't go in there. This is the thing, and I've said this to her also, like, KK, she, to me, and you've all heard me, she knows I feel this way, I've said it to her, whatever. She, to me, defends NK, and it makes no sense to me. We all notice this, right? Because the Watts feel NK is involved, and that other people are involved. So to me, like, if you're close to the Watts, you know that they really think that. So I don't understand the protection of NK whatsoever.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tiptoe around any of it. All you have to do is mention Shanann Watts' twin daughters, and people go nuts. No, Dalen, she didn't have twin daughters, by the way. I know people keep bringing up she had twins and left them, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. It was actually like more of like family friends, and she helped take care of these twins. The whole family did. The Ruzick entire family did, and Chris and Shanann most of the time also. And actually, when they moved to Colorado, Shanann didn't see them anymore, and I believe that the Ruzick family even stopped because the twins' family or whatever came out and said, when they moved, kind of the Ruzick stopped really paying attention. I don't know if that's true, but it was said. And yeah, of course, they had moved to Colorado, so they didn't see the twins that much anymore. But it was not Shanann's kids. No.
They want their family that they moved with when they first moved down there?
No, it's not true, Dalen. I know the people. I talked to the family of the twins, and no. So unless they're lying, I'm sorry, no. Not true. Maybe he's saying he is. I don't know. Maybe he wants a little bit of shine, Dalen. Is that possible, do you think? Because it's not true. And I wouldn't cover up for Shanann if she did have kids. I would think that's important. It's not true.
I don't think Shanann had some secret twins somewhere.
No, she
She
didn't.
had 2 babies, and it took her. It was hard for her to supposedly get. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that part, but she had two kids and a baby on the way. That's it.
The father was married. So she was pregnant what year, Dalen? What year was she pregnant?
I agree, Dr. Phil. Yeah, it's really hard to get your mind around all of this.
Yeah, he doesn't like to think about it. Like when we talked about things, because I'm not. Yeah, he's like, I can't go there.
Shit turns my stomach, especially with kids.
Yeah, but I'm like, you kind of have to.
I know you kind of have to go into it in this realm, but I don't like it.
Hey, Cleopatra. 2010.
KS, would you mind just asking again? Sorry we missed it.
Yeah. Talked about like monsters because Cindy said Shanann is hard to get along with. Yeah, Dill. And again, people are like, is Cindy going to apologize? No, she's not, because no one's going to listen to her apologizing anyway. They'll be like, oh, you already said bad, so absolutely not. But I do look forward to, there's been a little something that I hope they will go with Mr.Cher, where he will hopefully be able to sit down and video chat with them and kind of work on a video where you get to know the Watts kind of. And I got to know a little bit, bringing it up to them, Ronnie and Cindy meeting, how that all went, and on leading up to. So more based, not really on Chris, right? Or you want to talk about it?
Yeah, more just like their lives, like pretty much everything except what happened.
Yep.
With the case. And they're very reluctant, understandably so, because they've been taken advantage of and lied to so many times. So
yeah, Sherilyn Cadle, and then now Kathleen with that book. They go in there and we're your friend. We're going to do it this way. And oh my gosh, this is going to be great. And then when it's time for whatever project to come out, it's totally twisted and different than what the Watts were promised. Kathleen did nothing less than what Sherilyn Cadle did to these people, and they are hurt right now. I've talked to all of them about it, and they can't believe it. This Kathleen, with the new book out, pretended to be Cindy's best friend. And when Cindy couldn't come to grasp and go with the narrative Kathleen wanted for her book, Kathleen's like, well, fine, screw it. Just same thing as happened with Cheryl and Cadle.
Okay. Comparing Watts versus Peterson, Scott changed quite quickly after seeing Amber for only a month or so, then killed Lacey. You see that versus Watts' case, and CW changing after meeting NK.
Yeah. And he's getting a new trial. And I actually asked Ronnie, like, have you talked to that attorney? Because you might want to. And they had said no, they hadn't talked to him. But I mean, I would highly recommend that they give him a call just to even see if there's anything. I have said it many times. I know the couple who owns Dirty South. Yeah, I've seen you say that. Maybe you're his wife. Just kidding, Dalen. Maybe you're the wife that you're that guy's wife. You're angry at Shannan because she slept with your husband, Dalen. I'm on to you. I'm teasing, Dalen. I'm teasing. I've said it many times. I know the couple who owns Dirty South. Yep. Shannan talked terrible about Cindy. And that's facts in text messages. She absolutely did. And I hate to say it, but you know how Chris says that, and I'm going to go through my screenshots because I have it in here. When Chris says, Shannan threatened that I'll never see the kids again. I actually see where Shannan threatened that Cindy and Ronnie will never see their grandchildren again.
Yeah.
So,
hey,
and it's her text messages to Shannan, from Shannan to Shannan's friend. And she actually says they will never see their grandchildren again. So right away I'm like, oh, ding, ding, ding. She actually does use that as a threat. So isn't received well. If Cindy...
It sounded very toxic just from everything that we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a difference of speaking ill, and again, I'll repeat. If this went to trial, which he had every right for this to go to trial, because I cannot say without a reasonable doubt that he committed these crimes himself. I can't say without a reasonable doubt he did any of the killings himself. I don't know that. Where's the DNA? Where's the fingerprints then if she was choked to a match up to his, whatever? There's none of that. We have the forensic person that came to do the house even saying, what's going on here? Something's not right here. This isn't done right. Mm-hmm. There's more evidence of this being a shitty case that was closed way too quickly because an oil company maybe paid him off because he was pressured into confessing.
He wasn't even pressured into confessing. Like, that's BS.
No, I believe that.
He cracked almost instantly when Tammie told him he failed the lie detector.
Well, yeah. And then being threatened with death penalty. He didn't know that he wasn't going to get that. He didn't really know how that works. He's just hearing death penalty and being scared.
Yeah, well, that was after that, though.
I'm sure they were threatening him the entire damn time.
No, he coughed up to... admitted to killing Shannan pretty quick. It was the kids, like getting him to confess about killing the kids. That took some doing.
Okay, baby. What does that sound?
I don't know. I hear that every now and then. I don't know if that's something in StreamYard.
No.
It comes through clear as a bell, though.
I'm going to put this here. Dill, I was going to see if you wanted to come up at all, or if anyone wants to come up here, they can. Okay, Debbie. Also, let me say, placing a child up for adoption is honorable and selfless act. Yeah, oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not quite sure if I believe that because... So then there's like two sets of twins in being talked about then. Because there's the set... Yeah. Yeah, Nelly. Yeah. Shannon was telling everyone that Cindy tried to kill her kids. Yep, she did say that. That's true. That's true. She still thought S killed the kids. It was before. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that these camera crews, that interview was done very, very quickly after. So you already have a daughter-in-law and mother-in-law who did not like each other. And you had Shannan being mean, which we didn't even really get into that letter that was written, which we will, but I actually want to see more of it. But that letter that was written on August 6th was written because Shannan had outbursts and stuff. They were worried. But if you read that letter, he says himself first. If me or my kids, or if something happens to me or my kids or my wife, investigate my wife. So he put himself on there thinking he was going to be hurt, that him and his kids would be hurt, because he was absolutely going home. And that's why Cindy and them were scared, like, oh, you're going to go there and tell, because they had all known that he was looking into apartments and all of that, so they knew, and they were very concerned what Shannan's reactions were going to be. Very concerned. And all along, they tried to give this letter up. Nobody would take it. They kept telling the Watts, it's too late. It doesn't matter. We don't want it. They just wouldn't take it. And finally, they had to give it to the defense because, and they gave it, they took it and actually gave it back to the Watts. The Watts still currently have it. Nobody wanted it. It didn't matter to them. But the reason that letter was written is because they were afraid of what Shannan's reaction was going to be when he went home and said, I'm moving out. Like this, and we got to sell the house. And they all knew that Shannan was going to flip out. Yeah, of course, Dalen. I'll text you and we'll plan that for next Thursday. That'd be awesome. Because it is about different opinions and stuff too. So, and we agree on some and don't agree on some. But I am going to definitely bring some of this up to the Watts and see what they say also, Dalen. Ash listened to her first 911 call. And then NK calling the police department, by the way, the day that they flew home together to Colorado, Shannan and Chris and the kids. The day they flew home from North Carolina together is the very day they were actually on the plane when NK had called the Colorado Police Department. What was that about?
Yeah, what'd she call him for?
Yeah, nobody knows, but we would really love to know that because that's very weird. I can't remember if it was 1 minute or a 4-minute call or something like that. It wasn't too long, but she did. It's on the records. She called the police department in somewhere in Colorado. It wasn't Frederick, though, but she called a police department while Chris and Shannan and the kids were on a plane flying back to Colorado. Well, Pauline, I think some people care because we are all talking about Chris's affair, right? But I think some people are talking, I know some people have concerns about the paternity and whatnot. She was also house hunting with another guy named Chris and his mom. It was weird. Mr.Cher would not let me go house hunting with another man and his mom. And I said Chris told her she was taking the girls on a play date, not the other girls. Yeah. Dalen, I think so too. That goes along with it. I think that he was in a toxic marriage that he was staying in because he loved his kids so much. So that's another reason I can't see him hurting his kids, because I think that's why he stayed in what he stayed in, was because, I mean, I've been guilty of that, staying in something far too long because it's about the kids, right? So I could see him doing that. 1 hour drivers. There you go. No, Jenna, wrong. The Ruziks have it. Hey, Brandy. Wow. Multitasking.
You're dedicated, that's for sure. The emeralds.
Gross. Listen to the 911 call. Her words are with a play date with her other 2 daughters. Wait, what?
That one, I'm lost on that one. Cindy loves her son. What's wrong with that? Hell yeah, she will defend him. Wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter-in-law treated your son like a fizz.
Yeah.
Did you like her?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I have 2 sons, and if there was a girl
Siri,
treating my
play
son
the
like
911
crap,
call.
I would not be okay with that. I wouldn't like her, and I'd be telling her all the time, like, leave her. You need it. Like, no, Why do people? Wait, who called 911?
I don't know.
No, my
Shannan?
niece was trying to call 911 because y'all said something. I was like, no.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true, Dill. Her own friends were blocking her on Facebook. Her own friends say she was bossy and controlling AF.
They said that on that documentary, and then they said in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
But yeesh.
Yeah, but they would say that in a good way because, again, they don't want to be looked at as their victim bashing. So, hey, Archie. Yeah, the notifications do suck. You're right about that.
They have one job. Come on, YouTube.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys have that you would like me to ask the Watts that has been going around that you guys have been wondering? Something that is reasonable that they could have the answer to, or at least answer their own way to. Because asking them about what happened that night isn't going to get answered. So anything else that's been going around that you'd like to know, like, did Shanann Watts have other kids that you know about? Or do you know about any CPS cases or anything like that? I can ask them those kinds of things, but I cannot ask them what happened on that night of August 13th because they weren't there. They don't know.
Yeah, they know as much as we do.
Yeah.
Was there a Walmart video?
Yeah, I texted that one to them already. They're probably sleeping. It's kind of late, but I'm sure you'll get back to me tomorrow. And or I'll call Jamie tomorrow or something and see what she knows too.
Hey guys, I'll be right back because she did call 911 and they are here because the police station is right behind my sister's house. So I've got to talk to this cop real quick. I will be right back.
Alrighty.
Whoops, don't say 911 around kids.
Okay.
I've done that a million times. I heard the twin theory, another channel in the creator tried pushing it off to everyone, but never showed proof. Actually, I mean, the only twin thing I knew, yes, there was twins in the picture, but they were not Shanann's. They were family friends. Shanann was helping take care of, so were the Ruzicks. And then when Shanann and Chris moved to Colorado, that went away, and the Ruzicks kind of stopped helping, I heard, and yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they got, what was Chris's reaction when the kids were born? Was he like really excited? I got a feeling like he would be like happy, but not overly amped up. Like that's my prediction. Because it didn't seem like anything really got him excited.
Reactions to those pregnancy and birth?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Dr. Phil. I don't know if it was like really pretending or if he was like legitimately trying, but he was so detached. It's just Yeah, I think there's something very wrong in his brain.
It makes sense though. Pretending you're happy, being detached when you are in that toxic relationship and you're already in your head, you're like, I'm done with this. I'm out of this marriage. You're out of it in your head, but you're in that house, all of the money, the bills, everything. You're kind of like stuck in the same. We know he made a bedroom in the basement. Like he was checked out of that marriage. When you're sleeping separate like that, you're done.
Yeah. NK got him excited. Well, in the past anyway. But I never did see him like on any videos. Like he's never really like hyper or anything. Like he's content.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
like even saying he's happy is a bit of a stretch.
Huh. Any more questions?
Well, if he knew what a struggle it was going to be when he left her, why didn't he bring one of his parents back with him?
Well, Ronnie is a very hard worker. He was working every day but Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure he could have. And don't forget, they had already been back and forth as well. So I think it was only 4 or 5 weeks before they even went back. And Chris was always like, no, Mom, don't worry. Like, don't worry, Mom. You know, kind of like, calm down. You know, it's fine. So, and again, Jamie has a job too. So I guess maybe they couldn't. That's a good question, though. I'm going to ask Tammie.
Night, Brandy.
Good night, Brandy.
Ask them why they think NK searched Ronnie on the internet.
Yeah, Velvet. Sounds like fireworks out there.
I think it's thunder.
Yeah.
Dalen, you haven't seen very many good dads, then, have you?
It's more common for women to not see good dads, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did. He took good care of them kids. That's why I can't see it.
Well, on camera.
I haven't had
everything
that.
we see on camera, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I can't believe it. Yeah, and
I don't
you
think
even
he
hear
killed his
Susan,
kids either.
Yeah, you hear him say when Shannan is always there by herself. Oh, Chris comes home, he's got dishes to do and this and that. Like, you stay home all day, and he's to work, and you're like, he's got to take the kids, he's got to do this, he's got to do that, he's got to do that. Like, you do stuff when you come home from work, but I don't like you to do it. And I sure don't say, like, oh, you have to do this, you're home now, and I stay home. Like, no. No. Yeah. He did, and so did other people. If you notice, there was always, like, Shannan was not alone with those children much. She always had to have. I mean, people flew there. No, I didn't read it out. Or, well, now I know. Damn it. Chris would rather be with the kids than Shannan. And I totally get that, Dr. Phil, and I believe that. Absolutely. It sounded like talking to Cindy and Ronnie, when there was family functions and stuff, he was always with the kids. The adults were kind of one way. And I was always the same when I was in that stupid situation. Like, living same house, under the same roof, but we weren't together. And even when we were together, I was very unhappy. So adults, and I can't I'm not going to fake, right? So I'd always stay with the kids downstairs. I knew my kids weren't getting into trouble and everyone else hung out. So that's another thing I seen in him. And when Cindy said that, I was like, again, he was so checked out of being treated like shit. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Chris Watts bathed and got those kids ready for bed every single night. Yeah, and that's on the videos a lot too. He put them to bed. I mean, I don't know. All right, so I've got a couple more questions that I'll go over with the Watts this week. If you guys have anything else you can think of that you would like me to ask them, that you were just been like, you've heard and you're like, okay, what can you want to hear the Watts side of whatever. You got like 10 minutes. Yeah, Dalen, I don't know. Ronnie could not even FaceTime them because Chris was scared Bella would tell and raise hell that Ronnie seen or spoke to them. That's true too. That is, and from Shannan's own phone. Absolutely. She didn't like them seeing the kids. It's weird. She used the kids as pawns, I feel like. And she was like, Chris, you need to put your foot down to your parents, blah, blah, blah. Like, she really wanted to see. I don't know what she wanted to see, but it was weird. No, they did not like that, but Shannan did. They did not like to do that. If the kids go outside and play, see, Ronnie and Cindy are very old school and much like me. North Carolina, South country areas, you are like, go outside and play. Like, keep your kids busy playing and all that, and they will sleep. You shouldn't have to drug them every night to go to bed. That's a problem. And it's also very bad for their breathing. You cannot give a kid Benadryl so much, because I even have to take breaks from it. I use it for sleep and migraines, but you can't take it like that. You shouldn't be taking it every night because it does mess with your breathing.
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, Benadryl's not meant to be taken every day.
Did Chris have pets growing up? How did he treat them? Did he disown them? Okay, good one. I know shiz from the inside. Seen it all up close and personal. They had a chihuahua. Chris loves animals. Yeah.
I think that would annoy any parent.
I think Shannon Watts didn't like when she said no to the kids, but Grandma Cindy and Papa Ronnie said yes. I mean, but I'm sorry, that's grandparents. Yeah. I mean, right? That's normal. This isn't something where you're like, oh my God, I hate them. They can't see the kids. This is normal. That's a grandparent's job. I can't wait till my kids are like, no. And I'm like, sugar, because it's payback. You know, like that's a grandmother's right. I feel like grandparents' right is to spoil their grandkids, especially when they live out of state and they only get to see them. Because I'm sorry, but Cindy loved those kids. She was excited to see them.
You know how that piercing right here, and how I have my earphones in?
Yeah.
Either the bottom ball is inside of my ear or it fell out.
Oh my God! Dalen. Get over here.
Yeah, because I was trying to push it down because I had my earphones in. I had to like push it down.
Women need to look in the mirror before they judge other women. Okay, Tracy.
Not just women.
All right. If they made us mad, then Chris would stop talking to them. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. That's true. And I've seen some of that myself. Yes. No, he doesn't love animals. I saw him choking Dieter on a video, and Shanann even told him not to choke him. I've seen some things that Shanann has done with Dieter on her own videos that I'm not impressed with either, Debbie. Just throwing that out there. And I have not seen that video. I feel like that would be going around like crazy if you...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that,
If you have that or know where to find that, if you could email us, that'd be awesome. Because I've never even heard that until now. But there's been a few things that I kind of was like, with, you know.
Hey, Christy.
I've heard Shanann multiple times say she's going to choke Chris when he gets home. Just saying.
100% agree, Tracy. No, she did not deserve to die.
No. Nobody has said that. We've only said that she did not.
No, she didn't.
Okay, so I've got some good questions, and I'm sure I'll come up with more for next Thursday. We will try and get these questions answered for you guys. Yep. You will not make it judging a dead woman. Okay, Tracy.
No one is.
It's awesome. So I'll plan on making it then, because I'm not judging. Well, I guess I'm a little bit judging, but at the same time, again, if this went to trial, or does end up having any kind of trial in the future, I'm not saying anything. I'm actually being nicer than what a defense attorney team would be. Okay? I'm doing nothing different than what a defense team would do. If you don't like it, go to a different channel. That's all I can say. I appreciate your opinions, but this is not the channel for you, because I have never been one to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to lie. I'm not here to protect Shanann's image. That's not what I'm here to protect. I'm here to get answers and put little puzzle pieces together, mostly on how did this happen? How, if Chris was to snap, how did he snap? Why? That's what everyone thinks, right? So let's find out why. Maybe Thrive had a part to do with it. Maybe abuse had a part to do with it. Again, this would matter if it was the other way around, right? So if a girl was being abused or whatever, it would matter in a case. We would all be like, oh, well, she was being abused, because I know I do. I'm like, oh, but, you know, she was an abused woman. All of us would be, but we're saying it about a man now, and it just doesn't matter. Well, we're victim bashing now. You know, I'm sorry, but that's wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse what happened.
Right.
But, you know, maybe it gives more insight into why it did happen.
And Tracy, if you've listened to anything, I actually say I believe the new girlfriend had a part to do with him in doing this altogether, and also in killing the children. Oh, Nelly.
That's Nelly.
I think he was.
Right.
I think he was going to leave her, and like you said, he was looking for an apartment. But I think NK had way too much push in him going the other direction.
Well, here's the real deal. We all know NK kept saying, "Oh, she had a beautiful house and all this stuff." Like, I think NK really wanted that, or that picture that she saw Chris and Shanann have. But I think that what the original plan was NK and whoever maybe thought that, you know, if we kill Shanann, we're going to get life insurance. And I think that went terribly wrong. And when they found out, well, that's not going to happen, this is just bad. I think they also told, when Chris said whatever he said, like, how do I save my girls? Mr.Cher's like, well, just don't kill them. But maybe because,
well, they
like,
were witnesses, I think.
Yeah, if they witnessed their mom died, well, the girls are going to talk. So I don't think the girls were like, I think somebody said to him, the girls have to go. They're a liability, you know? But I think, yes, the first thing was going to be all of this life insurance money that they thought they could run off with. Or I actually, again, I don't think it was Chris. I think this was other people's thoughts, which is why they put these thoughts in his head. And I think that's honestly what the first thing was. Anadarko wanted this done quick, whatever. Here's a little bit of money, Rourke, and whoever, get this done because we're already bad and we need to cash out. That's why they really quickly sold their shares for $39 billion and whatever. Like, Anadarko, I'm not saying helped plan murders or wanted a family murdered, but I'm saying there was definitely corruption in a cover-up and maybe not fairness going on because Anadarko's name is tied into it, unfortunately, for them.
Because that's where the bodies were found, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yes, Ashley K., I do think that happened in the Powell case as well. Sorry, I was just answering a comment.
Right, Emma. I know I will be destroyed for saying this, but NK did treat him a hell of a lot better than ever did. And here's the thing, Dill. This is, I mean, that could be true. However, I think NK was a very manipulative person and studied Chris to know how to treat him and what he would want. I think he was a very weak man. And that he liked that. He liked that she went after him. That made him feel good, right? Because who doesn't feel good when someone... I mean, NK, everyone keeps saying she's ugly, but I think she's beautiful. Chris, I don't think he was a bad-looking man. So if you have this pretty girl that's kind of a tomboy, I think guys kind of like that, you know, he liked that. Like he even said, right? That feels good. Yes, definitely a stalker, Velvet. I do 100% believe that. I think she cared. I think she was going by to make sure that the upstairs bedroom light wasn't on or whatever, or the downstairs basement light was on. I think she definitely went to make sure that he was in the downstairs bed and she was in the upstairs bed or whatever, you know. I definitely think MK was a stalker.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, Tracy. Yeah, she was playing house. We all know that. They lived together leading up to the murders. That's another reason why I think, because in the discovery, they lived together for almost 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So again, I do believe their affair happened before 6 weeks, I guess.
I don't think they just met and said, hey, let's just move in
Here's
together.
a key, I've never given anyone a key. Or she acted on it. Yeah, I think it was longer.
Hey, what's up, Cleveland?
Hey, Cleveland. Yeah. Well, Miss Nelly, do you have any closing arguments?
Oh, gosh. I'm like ill prepared tonight, guys. I am so totally sorry. But I agree with what you said, Cher. I mean, this has been going on longer than 6 weeks, and giving him a key all of a sudden in 6 weeks makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
None.
Good night, Monica.
And yes, I do agree
Good night,
that
Monica.
Good night, Monica. I agree that he did have battered wife syndrome. You know, am I saying I'm talking shit about Shanann? No, I'm not. Before you haters start calling me what do they call us? Victim basher.
But it would matter if it was the other way around. If Chris was the one dead because Shanann had killed him because she was beat, it would matter. We'd be like, oh, poor Shanann. Oh, my God, he beat her. Like, this matters. You know what I'm saying? Or he was mentally abusive, and that took a toll on her. Like, that would matter to everybody. But when we're flipping it around, and I'm saying it should matter for a man, no. Well, now we're just victim bashing. And if that's how you feel, so be it. But I'm just saying things how I see it, and I'm not sugarcoating it. It's how I see it. I'm actually maybe a little bit trying to be nicer about it, but I'm not going to lie and say I feel one way when I don't. This is what I see. This is how I feel. I can honestly say in real life, I would never be friends with that woman.
No, I wouldn't either. And another thing, what was I going to say? Sorry, I have chemo brain tonight. Had chemo this week. I think
a lot of it is hearsay, Tracy. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. No one here has said Shanann killed anybody.
The kids are in oil tanks. I guess Shanann did that too.
No one has said Shanann did that. You're not listening.
And
Thumb
I think
basher. You don't use the thumbs type. How stupid.
And I think because of the
And I don't think Chris did that either.
Well,
I think the way
Tracy,
that
I tried with you, friend, but I'm just gonna block you because I don't know what you're doing here. I don't get it because we're not doing anything.
Nobody said anything bad about her, Tracy. Okay,
So.
you hit her. Never mind. Who cares?
Yeah, because it's been like for an hour now, and I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. I don't want to
hope all
be
of y'all
arguing with
realize
people.
we are not talking bad here. This case is a crazy case. We all have different opinions. Tammie doesn't think Chris put him in the oil thingies. I think he did. Cher thinks of a couple of things differently than I do, but we all get along and talk about and not debate it to the point to like where we try to make the other person see our angle, but we do explain why we see the things the way we see them. And we get off of this thing and still talk to each other every day during the week, call each other, send each other crazy stuff. I mean, we have more friendship than just based on this case. So I'm tired of all of y'all thinking that that's all we're doing is sitting up there bashing this woman that is deceased. That's not what we're doing. We are talking about the facts. There are facts out there that prove Shannan was ugly to him. There are videos posted on her own Facebook page where she belittled him. It's a fact. We are not taught when we talk about our stuff, we are not talking about hypothetical stuff. Cher is giving you facts that she got from the family about Shannan. Tammie is giving you
to believe
facts.
it or not.
Exactly. You don't have to believe anything we say. And if you don't like what we say, then that's fine. But don't sit here and tell us that we're bashers. Just like on Facebook, if you don't like something, do you comment on that person's stuff and talk shit to them and belittle them? No, you scroll the hell on through.
People do.
Well, shit, I don't.
We ignore it.
Yeah,
trust me, life is way too short.
When it comes to finding facts or evidence, right? Think for yourself, and that's how detectives you have to take emotion out of it. And I don't think that ever happened in this case. Tammie Lee right away had emotion in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That never happened in this case. And all the good detectives will tell you emotion has to be taken out of it. You can't properly work a case when you're like that.
This whole case, never in the history of us having any people being murdered and a person even confessing, have we ever had a trial go from the day it was murdered and exactly 3 months later the person gets convicted. They dropped everything and didn't do anything else with any of the other evidence that they had. They were just like, oh, well, he confessed.
Took the plea deal within 6 days, you guys.
Exactly. So
Scott Peterson's trial was 2 years?
Yes.
And from August 13th when this happened to November 17th, he was sentenced.
Exactly. And the other point that we're trying to make is that Cindy, Ronnie, and Jamie are freaking people. They lost 3 people that they did love. Even though Shannan and them had their arguments, they still loved her. They have a memorial to her in their backyard along with their grandkids and somebody else in their family, a loved one that's passed. I mean, come on. The only point we're trying to make is that these are people too. They lost somebody. Treat them with some damn dignity and respect.
Amen. And Debbie, you can come back anytime.
And I'm sorry I'm getting angry. It's just I'm tired of this arguing all the time. And I need some sleep. I've only had 4 hours of sleep. The dog woke up every hour because of the thunder and lightning and had to pee.
Oh.
So I'm tired too.
Tammie, how about you, hon? Any closing arguments?
Just that we're not bashing Shannan. That's the last thing I would do because. But I mean, there's so much going on with this case that it's different directions and so much crap that's come out here and there that it's hard to believe everything. So you got to sift through it and figure out what's right. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he did it by himself.
Yeah.
He had help.
Oh, I agree with that too. There's
Oh,
no
Megan, I
way.
agree. Because here's the thing. My ex, he's been a victim on paper, right? A victim. But he's a very, very abusive man. So if he was to be killed, he'd be called a victim again. But he's a very, 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 very bad man. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it, Megan. Yes, I agree. Or you will be enticing trouble. I always entice trouble. Is that one of your friends?
And Megan, you're dead on point. I had a friend who their child passed away a couple years ago, and their child was a drug dealer, broke into homes, did all kinds of bad stuff, beat the mom, beat the grandmother. I mean, just did horrible stuff. And he got killed in a deal gone wrong. And all of a sudden, he was a saint and everybody loved him and he did no wrong. And I'm not saying we should remember the bad things, but he wasn't a perfect person either.
I completely agree with you.
It seems like whenever somebody dies, they turn into a saint. I know I'm not no dang saint, so don't nobody come to my funeral saying that I did everything perfect and what a great, I did this great, I did that great. Because trust me, I've done my fair share of effed up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, sorry, ducking up stuff. I think my husband or my son put my phone on G rating. Yes.
Right. If Ted Bundy got murdered, he would be a victim technically. Yeah. So
true.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, baby? Any
I just
closing
want
arguments?
justice for them because I don't believe it's been served.
Hmm. Well, guys, I think that's it for tonight. We'll get these other questions going, and we're gonna have Chrissy, aka Krista. I don't know, Richello, is that how you say her last name? Dylan's ex, the one that was in a throuple, if you will, or whatever they say on the media. Stupid, but I've been talking to her almost every day, and she's gonna come up here and tell the whole story, like what media left out, exactly the situation with Dylan and Chris and how that went about, because we know it from the stupid Lifetime documentary. We hear it as, oh, Chris got this letter of hers and brought it to Dylan and God put this on me to give this to you and blah 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 or whatever. But we kind of think it of a different way as Dylan, he's a career criminal, like grew up in prison basically, right? So that's what he knows. He knows how to hustle. He's a hustler. I think more Chris, again, is a fish out of water in prison, has not even had a parking ticket, right? So I think he got manipulated by the hustler. His first book, what was it? Some hustler, whatever. I think he's hustling the Watts even still. I think he manipulated Chris and was like, hey, like, she's hot. I got a plan for her. Like, watch this, because we're also going to show you where, while still locked up, Dylan was absolutely trying to get Krista to go and sell certain things from Chris Watts for 10 grand multiple times. So she's going to show everybody everything because she stayed so quiet, because the threats I've seen she's gotten are disgusting. Pretty bad and rude and disgusting. So she's been quiet. And I know she was supposed to go on Armchair Detective, and he's been really trying to get her on, but she just, with everything she's going to bring forward, she had just felt it would be better to do it with mostly women. So that, and I mean, I talked to her, I've kind of gotten a friendship going with her. So she was looking forward to coming on here. She actually thought we hated her for whatever reason.
Aww.
Yeah, she was like, Mama Kim had texted me and showed me screenshots, and she was actually like, does Cher hate me? I'm like, no. I didn't even really follow any of her stuff, so I hope people will at least give her a chance and just hear her out again, whether you believe her or not. But I have seen with my own two eyes everything the media has left out again, media manipulates, they edit, they already make their shows with the narrative that in their head, right? They don't just go shoot a show and then, okay, well, what can we make with this? They already know what they're going to do and what they need from people. So I definitely want to give her that opportunity to show a lot more. And I think you guys are going to be like, oh, wow. And I think you'll think a little bit more of her after that. Thank you, Daylin. Thanks, Cleveland. Are you new here?
I see, Mario.
You do? Oh. So, well, I guess with that, we're going to end it. We love you guys.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Sorry I lost my temper there at the end.
No, all good.
It's cool, Firefly Whiskers. I'm glad. Hold on to them letters tight.
Oh God, more letters.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't care. I don't care.
I don't care what he says at all.
Yeah, because he tells everybody what they want to hear. Because what happens is everyone has already their own thoughts, right? And they go in and write him with blah blah blah, and then he just tells them what they want to hear or whatever, you know. So I want to
read some
care.
letters that he writes people talking about his childhood and stuff. Talking about anything
else but this, like getting to know Chris as a human. Where did it maybe all go wrong?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Yeah.
So we're again, like Mr. Cher said, the Watts have been just everybody who gets involved with the Watts and tries to do a project, they've been screwed. So they are very cautious. They do really love the idea, though. I think it's helpful that they know that we don't really want it, or he doesn't really want it to be about Chris, really. So keep your fingers crossed, guys, because I think that'd be very, very helpful. But I know that their anxiety is through the roof right now because of what next month is. So if we could, that's why I'm going to go really, really hard up until then too, to really try and humanize this family again. Because again, people say the monsters made a monster, and it's just, I can't get on that planet with you guys. So
that is not true.
No, if I have to go every day because it's the anniversary time of this tragic event or whatever, crime, murders, whatever anyone wants to call it, I'll just have to go every day to make sure and remind people these are humans. They have feelings, like, hello. So.
Amen.
Oh, awesome, Firefly. If you ever want to talk about it, that'd be cool. If not, that's cool too. Awesome, Firefly. Awesome. Really quick, did you write him like to do with the case, or just like as a person? Oh, Ashton, thank you. I really believe that they are misunderstood, really. Humans are cheeky fuckers.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love that, you guys.
Oh, I like that hashtag very much.
Yeah, I think Chris was the only boy.
I believe so, yes. Yes. Jamie and Chris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Far apart too.
I like that too, Leanna. He was. He has a sister 6 years older. Jamie. Yes. And Jamie, very misunderstood too. I can't. Everything. Oh, I don't even. I'll have to be working on something, but I don't. We've all heard some pretty nasty things about Jamie, but I have to say, I just don't get it. The whole family I just don't get it. And they all seem hurt, and they're all stuck on August 13th, 2018. And I just feel horrible for them. Smith, okay, weirdo. I may have said something that triggered a response. Who knows? Well, awesome. Maybe you can sell them for 10 grand. But anyways, guys, ta-ta for now. I love everyone.
Bye, good night.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, all right.
Night, everybody.